What is up? Risk takers! Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top grandmaster playing Risk Global Domination. What we're going to be doing with this series is something a little different. So this is the ultimate guide for Risk Global Domination. Who am I? Who is Pete? I have been the former Risk World Champion. I have been the Risk Hall of Fame champion. I've made it to #1 in both the in-game ranking system and the Saber system. I am the first professional Risk player. I've been making content on YouTube for approaching 6 years now, and on Twitch for over 5. So, without further ado, I would like to show you everything and anything that you might like to know about our beautiful game. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to see when you enter the game is you're going to see your avatar in the middle, your risk name here with a flag, your rank points on both the 1v1 and free-for-all leaderboards. We have a arrow directing us to battle, and I'll just walk us through the original tutorials for the game. We can talk about the mechanics to start. So Risk is an area control game, and it was originally invented in 1957 by French film director Albert Lamouris, a property of Hasbro. This current version is licensed by SMG Studios, which is an Australian game development studio. Basic training, we're going to go through all of these. To start, we have draft. We're going to learn about the phases of the turn. Okay, so your objective for draft is just to, this is your objective for the game. You want to attack your opponents to conquer every territory on the map. We see this map has 4 territories. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are the red player. And we have 2 opponents, the green player, or the yellow player and the blue player. So every turn has 3 phases. The first phase is draft. And that's what we're going to be focusing on now. Draft refers to when you generate troops. So we're just teaching you how you can move the map. You can either scroll with the wheel or double click to zoom in. I think the double click might be superfluous. To draft, to add troops to your territory, you just want to click on the territory, and you can add 1 troop at a time if you're so inclined. You could add multiple troops at a time, or you could just add them all. So we start, and then we move to our next phase, which is attack. So we're going to learn how to blitz. So in the board game version of this, obviously, there's no blitz, no ability to blitz roll. But one of the advantages we have of having a video game is you don't have to do all of that manual rolling if you aren't interested in doing so. You can still. Risk does give us the option. But let's start with a blitz. So use your troops to attack other players. Okay, so we're going to select our territory. This is the territory we want to attack from. Then we're going to select the territory we want to attack to. And then if we go into the blitz menu, you see that we have 10 attacking troops to our opponent's 1 defender. And if we click the dice, whoop-ya! And that is your blitz roll. And because we killed a player, we got his cards. That's pretty good. Defeating a player gives you territory cards. The only other way to get territory cards in Risk is at the end of your turn, as long as you've taken at least 1 territory. So if we want to move to the end of our attack phase, I kind of want to keep attacking, but they're not going to let me. We're going to move to the end of our attack phase. And that's how blitzing works. As far as taking an entire continent, I suppose we would have to finish. So attack the next territory to conquer the continent. And in case you're curious to see what the continents are worth, you go to the left-hand side in this menu and the continent overlay. You can also use C on your keyboard to toggle between the continent overlay. The other 2 buttons, S is for stats, this top one here, and T is for territory cards. Continent name and the percentage you occupy. That's what the overlay tells you. Okay, so we're going to attack. Unfortunate for Fort Dale. 9v3 blitz. We only lose 1 troop. And now we have the entire bonus. The Fortify phase is the third phase of your turn. So draft, attack, fortify. And this would be the case where we have troops in different places, and we want to either split or bring them together. So to fortify, territories must be connected and have 2 or more troops to move. You see how this territory has a 1, but it's not lit up. You can't move the placeholder 1. So when we're talking about attacks, only a territory that has at least 2 troops on it can attack. A territory that has 1 must. That 1 troop must remain to hold possession of the territory. So what we're going to do is we're going to fortify. We can either fortify the territories from the 7 to the 15. I'm imagining we could probably fortify the other way. We can leave some behind if we'd like. We can toggle this. I'm going to leave 3 troops behind just in case. And that's how you fortify. You receive a territory card at the end of your turn for defeating 1 or more opponent's territories. And now, because we fortified, our territory is now prepared to defend against our opponent's attack. So that's draft, attack, fortify. Now we're going to talk about territory cards in a little bit more detail. So you see on the bottom left, there is a there's a hand of cards that you hold. Turn in your territory cards during your turn for bonus troops. So you can only turn your territory cards in 2 different times. Once is in the draft step. If you control a set, you will see this green icon that will tell you that you have a trade. If you do not see one, you do not have a trade. The only other time you can trade in cards in your turn is if you kill a player and are forced to trade. So we're now looking at our hand of 4 cards. We have 2 different ways to make a set. So the card type is fixed right now. We're playing fixed, which means that sets are worth a fixed amount, and there's 4 possible types of sets. You can have 3 infantry, so 3 of this guy, which would be worth 4. You could have 3 cavalry, which would be worth 6. You could have 3 artillery, which would be worth 8. But the very best set you can make is 1 of each. And in this case, we can, artillery, cavalry, and infantry. Yes. So the very best set we can make, excluding the wild card, is a +10. The wild card is the 4th type of card. Every deck has the exact number of cards that correspond to the territories in the map, plus always 2 wild cards. So if, say, for example, the classic map is 42 territories, the deck will contain 44 cards, 42, each card corresponding to the territory, plus always 2 jokers. A set is made of 3 cards, and then this is our best set. Now we can choose between the matching set will automatically slide into position. The game will sometimes give you bad options, so you're going to have to check that. It will sometimes force trades that you would never choose to make. So you want to be cognizant of the automatic sliding. And this tells you how many troops you'll receive because it's a set, 1 of each. And the +2 will appear if you control that territory. But you see how, so this set would actually be worth 12. We get 10 for the set. We would also get 2 for controlling Draftville. But you get the 2 on Draftville. The other thing to notice is you see how we have this +2 is red and this +2 is gray. That means that we both control Draftville and Attack Town, but we can only get the bonus +2 on 1 of the 2 territories. So we might want to toggle between the 2 to determine, they're not letting us do this now, but to determine which of the 2 we'd like those 2 extra troops on. So we're going to trade. It says plus 12, but you see how 2 of it immediately went on to Draftville. And then we have another 10 to place wherever we so choose. It's telling us to place it here on this big mama stack of Fort Dale. Remember to check and trade your territory cards during the draft phase of your turn. And moving along to the final of the basic training, the point 6 for attack, we're going to learn how to manual roll. So manual rolling is how the game originally would have been played, is played still. Some purists insist that true random dice is the only way to play. I happen to enjoy both. I enjoy balance splits, and I enjoy true random. So if we're going to learn about manualing, you first have to be in the attack phase. So we are in attack. We're going to select the territory we want to attack from. We're going to select the territory we want to attack to. And then we get to determine how many dice we would like to commit to the attack. How many dice you commit to the attack determines how many troops you risk in the battle. So if you are attacking, the blue territory has 3 defenders. We have 24 attackers. We can choose to manual 1 dice, 2 die, or 3 die. And it's the other way around. And the best thing to do in almost all cases is roll 3. You are forced to advance at least 3 troops if you win the territory, if you've committed 3 to the battle by choosing to roll 3 dice. That is the downside. So there are corner cases where you don't want to roll all 3, but in almost all cases, combat and risk is expressed by sets of dice. Usually, attacking stacks are 3, and as long as the defender has at least 2 troops on the defending territory, they can choose to roll 2 for defense. Defender wins in tie, and this is why there is a slight attacker's advantage, because the defender can't usually roll 3. So, as you see expressed in sets of 3 attack versus 2 defense, we see that our opponent won, so we've lost 2 troops. Their 2 defending die killed there's 2 defending dice killed our 2 attackers. Let's try one more time. 6 beats a 5, 4 beats a 1. So it's expressed in higher pairs. And you saw that final one of ours was irrelevant. It didn't kill the extra 3rd troop because that 3rd troop was not yet involved in combat. So now they have 1 troop left. But a 6 beats no matter what you roll, because as I said, defenders do win in a tie. So our opponent is defending decently. Those 3 troops managed to take off 4 of ours. That is above rate. But we eventually get there through overwhelming strength. The basic training is now complete. And we're going to move on to talking about how to navigate through the app. So, we earn our commander frame. Look at that, folks. We got a bunch of different cool frames you can put on. You can buy new ones if you're so inclined. There's a ton of customizable options for your frame, for your avatar. You can go with some of the stock options. You can buy fancier ones if you're so inclined. You can choose what color. Currently, we are allowed to play with, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors. We used to be able to play as turquoise. I would absolutely love it if I got my beloved turquoise back. But until then, we'll try Kamiko, I think is her name. Yes, Kamiko in red. You can, same thing with the dice. You can choose what dice you'd like, either the stock options, or you can pay for fancy ones. I got to get my perfection dice back into the mix. I know a lot of people are looking to have those. You can customize your troop. And the final thing, you can use emotes to communicate. These are also paid, and some of these tend to have generally considered meaning in the game. We sometimes use different emotes to send different signals. So just looking through the app now, starting in the top left, You have your main menu. You have your leaderboard. These are our top competitors currently in free-for-all and in 1v1. Leaderboard is split. You click the More Leaderboard button, it will link you to the Hasbro Risk website where you can see your own individual stats. You can see your battle points. Battle points is just a reward meter. As you go through the battle points, as you play more, you will get additional sort of bonuses as you go. But it's mostly cosmetic. It doesn't really affect gameplay. You see up here we have the infinite symbol. This means that I've bought premium. I would humbly suggest that if you do get into playing this game, premium is the absolute best value for your dollar you could possibly imagine for Risk. It is a one-time fee and you get unlimited coins, which means you can play as much as you'd like. The gems are the in-game currency, so you can use gems to buy all those things you saw in the store. You get 2 free gems a day if you click on your, if you log in every day, and you just click on your free +2. Going through the store, you can see sort of what's available. It says browse all. You can buy map packs. You can buy gems. If you're going to buy map packs, though, and you are playing on Steam, it is advisable, rather than using the gem system, you can actually just buy it through Steam, and that way you will be able to use that map throughout all accounts that you might use on that Steam account. Rather than using gems, you only buy that map pack associated with that specific account. That's just a piece of advice that could potentially save you money if you're trying to use different Risk accounts. We have our news. This is the most recent news. Leaderboards have been reset. New season starts June 12th. So we're coming up upon season 30. The Risk leaderboards reset, I think it's every 60 days, which is far too often. I would argue that the Risk leaderboard should reset once or twice a year at the max, but this is the current situation we find ourselves in. You can get the link to join the community server. I also have my own Discord if you're so inclined. The links to the Killbeat Strategy Discord is in the description of all of my videos. So we see what dice we are displaying. We see what troop we are displaying. Sandbox is an interesting option. I can get into the sandbox a bit later. This is the link. It will directly link you to SMG's Risk Global Domination Discord. I want to go, before we go into a game, I want to go over the options in the main menus. So first things first, let's take a look at settings. So your main settings are, you have information about your Risk account. This is this one, and you can update your details. You can associate with a new email. You can log out such accounts. You can restore purchases if something gets messed up, or you can delete the account if you're so inclined. The language, sound, and notifications, so you can toggle what language you want to be in. Risk has music. I, as a default, always turn it off because I make YouTube content. And I don't want to deal with spurious copyright complaints associated with the music, but the music is, it's spicy, and if you want to enjoy it, it's there for you. I keep my sound effects and emotes at about the same level. I can choose whether or not I want to receive game invitations. That usually means from friends and friend requests. Do I want friends off, similar rank, or all? I don't think it really matters for this account. I don't think anyone is going to figure out that it's me. Well, at least until I publish this video. Profile. So this is, we can go back into the avatar menu to change that. You can change your flag. Some players play, I want to point out a couple of flags. So some players play as unspecified. Now, you never, excepting a few corner cases, you never move in to, you never naturally move into an unspecified location. So toggling it to unspecified is equivalent to essentially trying to hide your identity, or something like Antarctica. No one is from Antarctica, so choosing to fly the Antarctic flag. You see mine gets auto detected to Canada because I am in Canada. I like to fly the dragon flag of Bhutan because I'm not big on nationalism, and that flag has a dragon on it. The Risk name is something that you can toggle between your Steam account. My current Steam name is General Crookshanks. You can also permanently change your Risk name. They only let you do that once. So if you do not like whatever auto-generated name you got, you can try and sort through and figure out what you might like better. Moving forward to gameplay options, we have a bunch of different options. Streamer mode is for streamers. The advisor, I would absolutely recommend turning this off. The AI opponents in Risk are of low quality. My tinfoil hat theory is that Risk players actually do not want a good AI, so this is a good thing. But in keeping with that, the AI advisor is also terrible, and it will give you bad advice, so turn it off. The turn info notification, that tells you what nail information about each of the turns. I'm not honestly sure what that does. The phase change animation just gives you an overlay when you switch between the 3 phases, draft, attack, and fortify. The end phase confirmation is an interesting button. So there are good reasons to turn it off. There are good reasons to leave it on. I like to turn it off, but I have misclicked and moved from attack to fortify and then been unable to return to attack. I would make an argument that says that we should be able to move back from fortify to attack, which would end the need for this button, but also it would save so many feel bad gotcha moments that players experience when they are stuck in fortify when they didn't mean to, and then they just lose. Territory names I like to leave on. Camera animations you absolutely, positively want to turn off. Camera animations are dizzying, and they make your attack speed significantly slower. I cannot imagine the vast majority of you guys listening would want your attack speed to be so slow that you would lose games because of it, just for the sake of a fun dice rolling animation. But maybe I'm crazy. If I wasn't crazy, you wouldn't be listening to me. So our draft troops animation tells us how many troops we are getting. Find local games allows us to see if our friends have games up. Enable puck shapes. This helps us see the difference between different colors. So not only are the territories expressed in different colors, my territories, my opponent's territories are expressed in different colors, but also the puck around the number is expressed in a different shape. The UI scale, you can make, you can toggle this up and down. I'll show you in the game what that looks like. But it just makes the numbers larger or smaller. Sometimes I want to make my numbers larger so that mobile users can see better. Colorblind mode, you have a couple of options. This is to help out colorblind folks so that they are also able to play with us. You can imagine it would be difficult, if you can't distinguish between red or green, but you're playing against a red and a green opponent. So it's nice that this option is here to be inclusive of people. I like that a lot. Screen resolution, screen type. Those are options for how the game is displayed. Your final button, help and support. You can report a bug and visit the help center. And these are the credits for the game developed by SMG Studios on Facebook and X. Okay, so we are going to move into a quick tutorial about a little bit of gameplay. I'm going to do a real simple game. So these are all of the maps. Look at all those maps. We're going to start with classic map, though. The map that you might know and love from years ago if you've been playing Risk, or maybe just come into the game. This is the original Risk map. There are a couple of different modes. We have World Domination, Secret Mission, Secret Assassin, Speed Blitz 70%, Zombie Apocalypse, and Capital Conquest currently. I'm going to keep it real simple. We're going to be playing classic map. We're going to be playing World Domination. And now I'm going to show you how you set up a lobby. So this is a solo game. I'm going to be playing against bots, but in general, you can play against human opponents as well. There are 3 main modifiers. You can turn blizzards on or off. Blizzards block territories. So turning blizzards on classic map, there will be 3 blizzards. So instead of 42 territories, it will be 39. And those blizzards will spawn randomly unless you're using the sandbox. Fog of War means that you will only see territories that you control and territories that are adjacent to ones you control. Portals, there are 2 types. There's portals are stable. Portals, think of them as the inverse of blizzards. You attack through a portal to all other portals. So those territories with portals connect to all other territories with portals. Unstable is slightly different. Unstable means that the territory with the portal is only open every other turn. So they start off closed, but you'll see where they are. Then they open for the turn 2. You can use them. Then they close and shift, so you'll see the new position, and then they'll open. So unstable creates a new connectivity for the board every other turn. You have automatic placement, semi-automatic placement, and manual placement. We can go over all of that. We have exponential cards, exponential per player, fixed cards, progressive, and progressive per player. We will go over all of that. We're going to start with auto setup, fixed cards, nothing fancy. You have default dynamic troops. You have different types of bot. Difficulties: beginner, easy, medium, hard, and expert. Expert is terrible, but predictable. Playing around bots is a skill. It's one of the skill elements in the game, and as you play more, you will get better. By definition, you will get better at playing around bots. I recommend not playing too much solo, though, because bots do not behave like people, and if you get good at playing around bots, you'll only be able to play around bots. So people disconnect all the time in the real game. You'll have tons of chances to experience playing around the AI in real gameplay, in ranked or casual, with human opponents as well. And your dice options, finally, between true random and balanced blitz dice. True random is the attempt to express natural odds as if you were rolling dice, and balanced blitz gives you 100% and 0% outcomes. So with balanced blitz, what they do is they cut out the bottom 15% of the probability distribution of a roll and make it 0. And similarly, they round up the top 15. So anything 85% and up in probability becomes 100% roll. It also massages the numbers such that you get a slight disadvantage if you're below 50% odds, and you get an advantage if you're above 50%. So we're going to go into a quick classic fix game against the bots, and we're just going to demonstrate a few of the things that we've learned so far. So I'm playing as red in the 4th seat, and we are going to see the AIs do all sorts of things. We can thankfully fast forward through their turns. Green looks like green would like Africa. We lose a 2. Unfortunate. We lose a second 2. No, it gets bad dice. So a 4v2 is a 75% roll. So the bot got one of the 2, but wasn't able to finish. This looks like an Africa start to me. What does that mean? Well, we have 4 troops in Madagascar. Lose another 2. We also have 7 troops in Europe. We can connect all of that into Africa this turn, and I'll show you how we do that. Yellow bot attacks in Europe. Orange bot attacks in North America. And I am going to, in my draft step, add all of my troops to the 2 in Western Europe. I'm going to attack down into Africa and just consolidate my material early. One of the things you want to pay attention to in fixed is grouping your material into a position that you expect to be able to hold. I want to just draw your attention quickly. We are in the draft step, and you see how I start with 4 troops. So the rules for reinforcement and risk is you take the amount of territories you control, divide by 3, and then round down. You can never get less than 3. So the reason I'm getting 4 is because I am in the 4th seat, and because tempo, turn order plus initiative is such an advantage. I'm a little bit behind on tempo by being in the 4th seat, so the game has adjusted for that by giving me an extra troop. Player in seat 1, player in seat 2, player in seat 3 all start with 3 troops. Player in seat 4 starts with 4. In seat 5 starts with 5. And in seat 6 starts with 6. You get 1 extra troop in the 4th seat, 2 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th seat. We're just going to take a single territory in North Africa. You see how we have the Blitz menu pop up. We can toggle it to manual. That's manual 1, manual 2, manual 3, or Blitz. I'm just going to go to Blitz because I want that 100% roll. The Blitz slider in the bottom left, we can choose if we want to Blitz a 37% roll. If we only want to commit 1 troop, if we win, we are forced to advance only 1. We could do this with 2. 3v1s are an 89% roll. The reason I say 3v1s, of course, is 2 dice minus the one that has to hold the territory. So it's these 2 attackers, but it's a 3v1 because it's expressed as a 3v1 on the board. And 4v1s and up are 100% roll. So there you go. You get the territory. We're going to go to Fortify, and we're going to move this 5 that's in Europe all the way into Africa. I'm going to fast forward through all the bots' turns, and we're just going to go through this game real quickly. So now we have a stronger claim to Africa. Green looks like they're a little bit on the ropes. They've been a bit aggressive. I'm not going to be able to hold my bonus until more of the bots are cleared out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a chip attack in, and I'm going to leave a 2 there because I don't want the bot taking it. When I say bonus, what do I mean? So the way you get extra troops, I already said, count the total number of territories you control, divide by 3, round down. You can never get less than 3, but there's another way you can get bonus troops. We already learned about the cards. When and if I have a set, I can use the cards, but also there are continent bonuses, as we remember. So the continent bonuses on Classic are North America and Europe are 5. South America and Australia are 2. Africa is 3. And Asia is 7. And you have to hold that bonus at the beginning of your turn in order for you to get the extra troops. So we're going to go for Africa. And when and if we hold Africa, you will see us able to get those extra troops. I'm wondering, my eyes look to see if I can hunt kill as well. Orange is only on 7, but they're in 2 places. So these 7 troops, orange is not killable. Green might be killable, but not yet. So all I'm going to do on this turn is I'm going to slowly take another card. We have the black bot move in there. That's fine. We're taking Africa slowly. We've earned our 3rd card now because on each of our turns we conquered at least 1 territory. If you make an attack and you don't actually conquer a territory, you don't get your territory card. So if taking cards is very important for your game, make sure that you get 1 on your attacks. Okay, so we have a set on 3. So we get the little green exclamation mark. Let's see what type of set it is. Okay, it's a pretty good one. It's a +8. And we get +2 on South Africa. If we had Mongolia, we would have to toggle between to figure it out. But since there's only 1, we just have a +2 in South Africa. You can see South Africa be 2 larger. And I think I can start killing some players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I get the 4-card kill on orange. I could potentially have lined myself up to also kill green, but I just want to make sure that we get the guaranteed orange kill. So 6v2 is 100% roll. Learning what your 100% rolls are in Balance Blitz is important. And when we kill orange, we're going to get 4 cards that he's holding. So we're going to see the cards that he's holding right now. So Orange Bot had a set on 4. Had I not killed them there, they would have traded it in. This is fine now. We're holding 4 cards. As I said, we probably could have tried to line up the green kill follow-up. I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to move the 6 out of South America because I'm going to assume that black wants to take that bonus. Fast forwarding through, where are we now? As I predicted, black did take that bonus and stepped into North America. We have options. Now that we're holding 5 cards, you're forced to trade. So the rules of the game say you cannot hold 5 cards in turn. So if you're holding 5 cards at the beginning of your turn, your draft step, you are forced to trade. I am not able to take an action right now until I trade this set in. If you kill a player and it causes you to be holding 5 cards, that is the other way that you are forced to trade. And we might be able to demonstrate that as well. So I'm going to trade the 3 of a kind, which is a +10. I'm going to go for a kill. And I'm pretty sure I have 100% kill on green. So if we take green, we will take his 5 cards. And because we take his 5 cards, we are forced to trade again. You usually get a little extra time as well. So I think you get an extra 30 seconds when you kill a player. You see how we're now in the card menu. We're not able to take another action until we trade again. Our best trade is +8, which is why it automatically populated that. We could also choose to take a +6. We could choose between if we want the +2 on China or Southern Europe. You see how one is gray? So you toggle between the two. The one furthest left is the one that you're choosing to put the 2 troops on. We're going to take the best set we can. And do we have the black kill? Maybe. Okay, so this is a risk. This is not 100% kill. And what I mean by that is neither 6v3 nor 5v3 are 100% rolls. We also don't know that 9 troops can kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but maybe they can. So I'm going to take a risk here. And if I can kill black, I will. Yeah, I don't think I get it, but it's not failed yet. Okay, now it has failed. This 3 will not be able to take those 3 territories because, as I said, 1 holds back. So we are unable to kill black, so we're not going to keep trying. Took a risk, didn't land. I'm going to move into my Fortify, and I'm going to pull a troop. I'm going to pull my stack, all 6 troops, all the way down, actually, into the bottom of Africa. Because I figure between black and purple, both on 4 cards, they're both going to trade, and they're going to cause some problems. So let me show you how these menus look in game. So we have music, sound effect, emote, we have UI scale. Remember how I said you can make the numbers really large if you want. You can make them small. I like to keep them somewhere in the middle, but lean a bit larger just to be friendly to my mobile audience. Camera, animations, and visor, turn order notifications. All of these options are still here. I'm going to show you what camera animations look like for this turn. I really don't like them. I'm sort of very passionately against them. You see how they kind of shake the screen. I don't think they add enough relative to what they cost. But I'll torture myself and I'll go through one turn where I leave them on, just so you guys can see what they do. All right, Blackbot has actually gone to 5. So now we have this win pretty much in the bag. Let's see if I can sequence a couple of kills. Our best set now is a 6 trade. We're going to put that in. So, do I follow up kill purple? Probably. Let's see how I would do this. Well, we're definitely killing black, so let's just start with that. Oh yeah, camera animation. So look how distracting this is. In addition to it slowing you down. Now, mind you, I was a grandmaster playing on my phone with camera animations on before I even realized you could turn them off. But I really, really think that having this on is going to cost you more in the outcome of your game than it will ever add. So, again, we have some options, but I'm going to choose the best possible set, which is the one that did auto-populate. We'll take a +2 on North Africa. I'm not going to torture myself with the animations anymore, but you guys get the point. Now, can we finish this turn? Let's try. Try kill yellow first. And maybe have just enough troops to take out purple. Before we do that, is there any menu that I haven't also looked at in game? So yeah, as I said, your cards, this shows which cards you're holding. So we have the Greenland, Mideast, Congo, and Argentina cards. It's not even showing me. Yeah, you should at least let me see my cards whenever I want. But we know we have them based on that. This is the continent overlay. Again, you can toggle with C on the keyboard, and this is the stats overlay that just S on the keyboard that just pops out on the side, showing how many troops you have, how many territories you have, how many cards you have. So finishing with this, which is in a inopportune place. This button, this question mark button, is on some maps there are territories that are up there and you might accidentally click on it. So it would be great if this button was repositioned, but right now it's in the way up there, and 99% of the time I've seen it clicked on, it's clicked on accidentally in a detrimental way. And then your final option, so you have settings, you have help, and then you have the battle log. So let's just go over the battle log real quick. In the top right, you have your kill lost. So we call it KD, kill death in the community. So far this game, I've killed 69 troops and I've only lost 35. That's a very nice ratio. You see the game ID. You can copy this game ID if you have a bug report to offer or a cheating report or whatever. We see all of the settings. So we see my name. We see what round it is. It's the 6th turn. We see what type of game it is. It is single player. The mode is World Dom. The map is Classic, Auto, Expert, AI, Fixed Cards, Default Setup, Balance, Blitz Dice, and then no fog, no blizzards, no portals. And finally, we see the attacks. So I'm going to make an attack, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to attack this purple 7, 19v7, 100% roll. We can dial it down using the slider to a lower 100% roll. So 11v7, so 12v7 is 100%. In balance splits, we only lose 4 troops, and we're going to see that expressed in the battle log now, right? 18v7. See how it doesn't say 19v7? It's 18v7 because the 1 troop holds back. And we got a good roll. We only lost 4 on that 7. So Kaiser Boom is not defending very well. I'll just show you, so we can, again, do a 0% roll. If we want to only commit 1 troop, we can, if we commit 2 troops, it's still 0%. If we commit 3 troops, it becomes 21%. So 3 troops have 21% in balance splits to kill 4. 4 troops, 46%. 5 troops v4 is 72. 6v4 is 9. 9v4 is 100% roll. Yeah, so there we go. Get it up to 100%, or I'll just do it in manual so you guys can see the difference. I can choose to manual 1 die, 2, 3. I want to do 3 in this case just to get better odds. My 4 beats is 3. My 3 beats is 1. My 6 does not beat is 6, but my 5 beats is 2. So that's a tie. We both lost 1. And we get there. 6 beats is 2, and we win the territory. So you can always toggle to manual rolls if you want to. If you want true random odds in a blitz game, the only downside is that this animation is not skippable. So there is no such thing as fast manuals in this game yet. I really, really hope there will be one day. But it's all slow rolling at this point. But slow rolling helps you fine tune troop loss. It also gives you a chance. If the odds are 0% in blitz, with true random odds, nothing is 0% or 100%. So maybe you just get lucky. That is it for the mechanics and the setup of this game. I definitely downloaded a ton of information on you guys, but I wanted to make this video as a starting point to discuss the mechanics of Risk and to just have it as an artifact that I can use to teach people who are really at the beginning of their journey how to get into the game. Our next step in these tutorials will be to play a real game of Classic Fixed, and we're going to talk about strategy, which is kind of where I shine. Most of my show is playing and talking about strategy. I'm a philosopher by education. I'm an entrepreneur by trade, and as now a professional lover of this game, it is nothing less than an honor to share it with you. So I'm so glad that you have come to the channel to learn about Risk, and I hope you come back to future episodes of this series. And by all means, please, guys, ask me whatever questions you want to know. I love questions. I'm a huge fan of questions on the show. I have a Q&A thread in my Discord. I do a lot. I have a partner Discord. I have a partner Twitch account. We do a live show. You can come on down, check me out when I'm live. I have 2 channels on YouTube, Free Pete and the Kill Pete Strategy. I have a Patreon for material support. I have an Instagram if you want to check that out. I do a lot in this community, for this community, because I love the game and I love you guys, and I'm so happy that you would be here. So thank you for watching, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.